Finally, I'm here. The clarinet playing has stopped, and do I need that on mute or not? I'm not sure. Um, well, I hope you can hear me. Please let me know because oh, hang on. Yeah, no, that's on mute, so I can hear me there. Sorry, I'm being dippy again. Okay, I'll start again. Hi, Michelle here. We're on day 4, and I'm going to talk some more about energy. Um, I was thinking earlier about what to talk about today, and energy can be kind of confusing. Thank you, Kimber. Hi. And I was thinking, what would be a good example to liken energy and energy work to? And I was thinking, well, it's a little bit like if you're cooking. If somebody took 10 or 20 people and gave them, 20 ingredients, laid it on a table and said, okay, I want you to cook something from these ingredients, then what each person made would be really quite different. Some might be totally amazing and really delicious if they're a good cook, and some might not be quite so good. Some might be burnt and have to be thrown in the bin. And so just having the ingredients for some people is not enough. For many people it's not enough. We actually need a recipe and some guidelines on what to do with the ingredients, and that's pretty much the same with energy work, really. We need to have more guidelines. We need to know how to use our energy. So, and there are some things that are really going to help you to use energy and channel energy easier, and there are some things that are going to make it harder. So I just thought I would share some more tips with you and talk about energy in a little bit more detail. And there's things that are coming up at the moment. People are becoming more aware. More truth is being shown on Facebook and in the news, and when people hear something new truth-wise, and quite often that can cause shock and disbelief and upset, and then fear, and we think, wow, can that really be true? Is that really right? Because life has always been the way we thought it was, and we kind of assume when we were children that everything that we're being told was correct. So when we find out that it's not, and then when we find out that some of the people that we have looked up to and respected to most are not there for us, then that does become a huge shock. So we need to learn how to look after our energy, how to look after ourselves, how to release shock, disconnect from the fear. And what I like to do is to give people solutions and things that they can do. There are a lot of people out there who are doing the research and who are revealing the truth. So I don't really feel that it is up to me and my job to reveal the truth. But when I see things that I feel, I need to share, then I do share them. When I feel that I need to support other light workers and truth speakers, and I do that as well. But I feel that my job, my role is to help people. So if people have found out something and that has upset them, how can we deal with it? How can we not be affected by the global energies? And the most important thing is we need to keep our energy in as high a vibration as possible. And if we are connected to lots of grids and magnets and global matrices, then that's kind of dragging us out of being in our own energy. So disconnecting from global matrices, grids and magnets is really important, and that's probably more advanced than most people know. So I will talk about that more another time. So if we come back to energy and what is energy, well, everything is energy. So all our feelings, emotions, all our beliefs, things, belongings, places, everything has an energetic vibration. And sometimes the vibration is high, and that means that it's good. It makes us feel good. So basically, how do we know if something's a high or a low vibration? And if it makes us feel good, then it's a high vibration. So when we're happy, laughing, smiling, dancing, singing, doing things we love doing, sharing, caring, then we're in a high vibration. When we're in and surrounded by things that are not making us feel good, then we're in a low vibration. And you'll have noticed that when you're feeling happy, life flows easier. When we're feeling in love, life tends to really just like flow easier. Kind of doors open for you magically, parking spaces appear, and all sorts of amazing things happen when we're in love. that's because love is a really high vibration. And when we're in a really high vibration, then it's like we're living on a different level. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's like we're here in our life, but we could live our life down here feeling depressed and upset, or we could be living our life up here feeling happy and excited. And everything that happens down here is not going to be good. Things are going to go wrong. We have accidents, and money doesn't flow. But when we're living our life up here in a higher vibration, then everything flows, everything's much easier. So when we have unexpected happy things happen, we're in a high vibration. So the question is, how can we change our energy from being in this low vibration to being in this high vibration? And there's various ways we can do this. First of all, I think we need to understand that we have pure and we have evil. And up until this point, everybody's kind of lived with the belief and the understanding that it's okay to have pure and evil. It's okay to have good and bad. And a lot of people even believe that we need to have bad to appreciate the good. Well, we're going through a global shift, and this global shift is very much about the middle grey here is going to be stretched, and it's going to disappear. So everybody needs to choose. Are you going to be in light, or are you going to be in dark? Are you going to be in pure, or are you going to be in evil? So what's happening with the global shift is people are being forced into a choice. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose love, light, giving, caring, sharing, or are you going to choose, greed and not being kind, and all the things that are dark and not nice? And obviously, if you're watching this, then you're going to choose light. But it's understanding and seeing everywhere where we're in the grey and we're not choosing light. And this is what is happening with the global shift right now. Everywhere where we are in the grey and we're not choosing light, it's being shown up to us. And grey isn't necessarily things that we have done wrong. It can be our stored energy. So if we have lots of stored trauma in our energy field from when we were young or from past lives, then we can be reliving those moments. And reliving those moments is telling us, hey, that's still there. We need to clear that, because we want to move totally over into the light and be as pure and as light as we can. And everything, that all the energy that is stored in us that is less than pure and less than light, it needs to shift and it needs to go. And so this is very much what the global shift is about. It's about saying, yes, I choose light, and seeing and noticing everywhere where things come up that's showing you that actually that's connecting to me, and that isn't light, that isn't pure, and I need to release and let go of that. So that's very much what the global shift is about. So I hope that all made sense to you. And then, when we understand that process, it does actually become easier, because we don't have to have like a major crisis every time something is shown to us and panic and worry about it. We can just think, oh, okay, that's still stored in me, or I didn't realize that was still there, and we can release it and let it go. So in terms of energy work, we have filling, we have floating, we have releasing, and we have disconnecting, and we have clearing. So I can talk about them all in more detail in other videos, but in this one, just to give you a brief overview, filling is where if we had, let me take this glass. So we have this glass of water, and filling would be filling up to the top, and then when it's full, it's going to overflow. Now, if this was full of, say, black ink, if I kept pouring water in, eventually the black ink would probably overflow, and the water, because of the force of the new water coming in, then the ink would eventually overflow out, and you would be left with a clear glass of water. So that's one way of changing our energy field, is to keep filling it with pure love and light and peace and joy and all the high vibrations, and eventually it's going to push all of the dark, the low, the trauma, the sadness, the hate, the grief out. It would be quicker if we take our glass. How long are we going to have to stand there and pour water in before it all goes? It'd be quicker, and I'm obviously not going to do that now, but it'd be quicker if we poured it out and had an empty glass and then started afresh and filled it. So we haven't got to take all of the The bad stuff. We haven't got to try and force all of the bad stuff out with good. We just check it out, empty it out, and that's called releasing. So, we want to release all the energies that we don't want. So the hate, the fear, the trauma, the shock, the abuse, the control, anything that isn't making us feel good, anything that isn't improving our life, we want to release. And that's like emptying our glass, and then we can fill it up with all of the good stuff. We then have clearing. So you will have heard of a healing crisis. Quite often when people start to do energy work or alternative therapies or any type of healing, quite often it's known that you get worse before you get better. And that's just the illness, the energies leaving, and we're feeling them as they leave. So we're kind of like reliving all the symptoms. So for example, if you suffered from hay fever and you did energy work to release hay fever, then you might suffer with hay fever for a few hours or a day or so, as all the hay fever energies leave, and then after that it's gone and you don't suffer from it again. So it's like feeling it go. But if we clear the energies after we've done the releasing work, then we don't have to go through that process of feeling them. So clearing is saying, okay, all these energies have been released and they're kind of surrounding me and I'm feeling them and I don't want to feel them. So I'm going to clear them all away, send them all direct to source to be purified, and then you don't have to feel them. And disconnecting, everything I've spoken about so far is about us and our personal energy and, our mind, body, spirit, heart, soul, our energy field, our past lives, and even the whole of our I am energy, as it's called, that goes through all time and space. When we come to disconnecting, we're talking about where our energy connects with other people. And, everybody says and hears us saying that we're all connected, and this is what disconnecting is. This is disconnecting ourselves from other people. Now, pure is pure, and we cannot disconnect ourselves from pure, because pure just flows freely. So up in heaven, wherever all the pure is coming from, it just flows down to us, as long as there's no blocks. And that's another issue, that there are blocks from us feeling the full power of pure. But when it's flowing to us, it flows, and it's only the blocks that's stopping us from really feeling it. And what we are disconnecting from is all the bad connections with other people. So we tend to get connected through illnesses, addictions, bad life experiences, and say these connections, matrices, grids, they can be in families, they can be in towns, they can be in whole countries, they can be in religions. And it's where people that have similar energies, similar magnets, all these magnets are pulled together. Well, all these magnets are pulled together. It kind of paused there. And everybody's magnetically tied in together really tightly. And it's like if you want to get rid of an illness or you want to get rid of an addiction, you can't do it when you're tightly packed into this energetic ball with everybody else. You need to take yourself out of the ball or the matrix, so that you're just dealing with your own energy and you're not dealing with the energy of the whole group. So that's what disconnecting is. So let's just do a little bit of filling with peace, because I think that's always good. The energies are kind of crazy right now. Everybody's feeling energies. So let's just fill with some peace. So if you can take a deep breath and breathe out all the stress and the worry and the anxiety, and fill our minds with pure peace and stillness. Filling our minds with pure peace and stillness. And the head shaking there is where energies are releasing. So any energies that don't want to be filled with peace and stillness are leaving. So filling our minds with pure peace and stillness. And feeling peace. And feeling stillness. Filling our hearts with pure love, feeling pure love fill, flow and expand and radiate through our hearts. Feeling the filling and the flowing, the gentle expanding and flowing and radiating the pure love out to everybody else listening and everybody else in the world. And filling and flowing our souls with pure light and truth. Feeling the pure light and truth in your soul, that's the stomach area, and flowing the pure light and truth out to everyone listening and the whole world. And again, the head shaking is showing that there's more energies leaving, which, you know, it always happens when you have a group of people. Having a group of people doing energy work together makes the energy work more powerful, because we have the group intention that we want this change to happen. So, you know, that's really good. So that's giving you a short overview of energy and how energy works. We have a lot of issues going on in the world, and in previous Facebook calls I've been working on Standing Rock. Some other issues, and I've talked about the election and different things, some other issues have come to light, which I knew about, but I haven't actually got around to doing global work kind of live with people. And the one that's really standing out to me at the moment is the war in Syria. And, you know, it's just so sad that, like, literally thousands of people are trapped in Syria, and they're being bombed, and you know, they're bombing hospitals as well, so they don't have the medical care. And I really feel like we need to send lots of love and light and healing, and do lots of floating. I haven't talked about floating. Well, I talked about floating in core 1, so you can check out day 1 for floating, and do lots of floating and raise the energy and the vibration of Syria to really help these people, because I know if we were in their position, we would really want people to be there helping us. So if we can all be in the highest vibration we can be in, so you can think of something really happy, you can just feel yourself lifting and rising like you're in a helium balloon. So as I say floating, just imagine your whole energy just lifting higher and higher and higher and higher. And then when we're in a really high vibration and we've raised our vibration, then what we do and we send out to the world is going to be more powerful. So floating me and floating everyone watching. So floating, floating, floating. So it actually feels really light. So well done, everybody. And then imagine, you know, that we're sort of encompassing Syria, and we're going to lift and float with helium balloons and the angels. We're going to lift and float Syria. So floating Syria now. Filling, flowing and expanding Syria with pure love, light, peace, truth, justice and twin flame love. And floating, 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 and asking that all the pure and divine energies on earth and off earth can be focused and like laser beam focused on Syria to really change the energy and the vibration in Syria and to create peace there. So literally asking for a divine miracle to create peace for, and we'll add the energy to it, that the global energies work with us in our intentions now to create peace in Syria. So filling and flowing Syria with pure peace. Floating Syria into pure peace. Floating Syria into pure peace. Floating, floating, floating. And that's feeling lighter than it was. That's really good. And it's important that we understand, if you don't feel energy, it's hard to know and believe the impact that we can have. And the more we clear our own energy, then the more we are able to feel it. So I'm feeling the energy now, and you can see my head shaking, and that's the energy is leaving. And as you open your energy, you release and you feel your own energy, then you start to feel energy more, and then you know and believe that something is happening and it's possible. And we do believe in invisible energy, because Wi-Fi is invisible, sound, music is invisible. So we have all these forms of invisible energy that we just believe in because we see or hear the results. And the power of pure and divine energies is the most powerful energy that there actually is in the universe. It's just that we have all kind of been very, very brainwashed from birth not to believe in it. We have been brainwashed to believe in thinking and all the systems. The school system is very based around thinking and learning, and it's not based around feeling and intuition and being creativity. And it's like all our natural instincts and our creativity and our ability to feel energy is knocked out of us with this thinking and learning and being in a system. And the more we can send pure peace and stillness to our mind and really tune into our feelings and follow our feelings, then the more we can trust and believe in it, because we can feel it. And going back to like the truth and hearing different truths that are coming up, when you are open to feelings, truth is a feeling when you feel it. And sometimes even when you're not open, you'll get a real kick in the stomach feeling, and that is a very strong message that something is not right, and you need to listen, and you need to take action. And the more we tune into our feelings and we follow our feelings, the easier life flows for us. And the more we follow our minds and the system, then the less it flows for us. And how many people are just get up in the morning, going to a job, coming home, they don't like their job, and then they're just going through the cooking dinner and maybe going out, maybe not, watching TV, going to bed, repeating the whole cycle the next day. So many people are stuck in this rut like cycle of living where they don't even feel like they're living. They're just existing, doing something they don't like to pay the bills. And again, this is a huge part of the global shift, where we need to stop just existing to pay bills and start to feel and flow. And as we do this, then we're going to be more supported by pure abundance. And pure abundance is going to come from renewable energy. One of the great evils in the world happens to be fossil fuels and oil, because there's so much war and fighting over fossil fuels and oil. There's so much pollution from it. It's destroying our planet. It's destroying our water. It leaks into fields. It's destroying our foods. We're all becoming toxinated. I don't think that's a word. We're all getting filled with toxins from, fossil fuels and the burning, and it goes into the atmosphere and in our air, and our air is polluted. So shifting energy from fossil fuels to renewable energy is going to create a cleaner, greener planet. It's going to give us better food and water, purer food and water. And also there is an unlimited supply of sun, wind, wave power, water power. We cannot run out of these things. We might have a cloudy day, but when it's a cloudy day, it's probably going to be windy, and we still can use solar power even on cloudy days. So the pure abundance is going to flow to us when we switch big time to renewable energies. So the more we can all, look into and research renewable energies and support renewable energies, as well as working on our own energy field, then the more we're supporting the whole world. And it's changing our way of being, really. So instead of just thinking, okay, I'm this human in this body, and I'm going to work, and I'm earning money, and I'm paying bills. It's like, well, actually, I'm a free spirit. I'm a soul. I'm a kind, caring, free spirit, fun-loving soul inside a human body. And if I'm not feeling that, then I need to do energy work, and I need to change what I'm doing so that I am feeling it. And then the more we start to feel the free spirit inside of us, the more we can give and share this energy, and the more we can go into connecting to, like I say, renewable energy, and looking to make the world a much better place. So I hope that you have all enjoyed this little chat about energy, and please do listen again, please do share it. If you have any comments, then do post your comments, and I will read them and reply later. It takes a little while for the video to process before I'm able to reply to the comments. And I'd like to thank everybody who has given me comments, either on the page or emails or Facebook groups or whatever, saying that you enjoy my videos, because I really appreciate it. Because people who know me know that I'm not naturally outgoing and extrovert and wanting to be seen, and I'm doing these Facebook live posts to share information and share my healing powers with everybody, because I'm just feeling that energy is so powerful. Pure energy is so powerful, and if people knew the power of pure energy, we could change the earth so quickly. We could change what is happening on the planet so quickly. And it's only because people don't know this information, and people are so stuck in how everything has always been. And if we want something to change, then we need to do something different. And so many people are afraid to do something different, or they're afraid to do something different, or they're just so stuck in the mindset that everything has to be the same. And this is where the awakening is sharing information with people. They're not forcing it on them, because everybody has to wake up in their own time. They have to be ready to hear the information, but sharing it so that people who are ready and who are fed up with their lives and fed up with the way the world is, they can think, hey, yeah, that sounds really good, I'm going to give that a try, I'm going to do that. And the more people who do it, then we'll have this snowball effect, and there'll be light flowing into the planet, there'll be more love being shared on the planet, and the whole energy and vibration of the planet is going to shift from what we're seeing at the moment, a lot of violence and greed and hate, into more kindness, caring, loving, sharing. And we're seeing a lot of that as well, but the control needs to go from the people who have all of the money. That there's trillionaires basically have so much money, who are controlling the planet through all the money that they have. And the people can stop that. We can stop banking with their banks, we can stop buying from their shops, their brands. Most of the companies, there's kind of like this pyramid chain, and when you take the food back, the sources, there's only about 6 companies that all of these other brands come out of. And if we choose with our money not to buy from these companies, if we choose not to bank with them, then we're not giving them our money. And then we can put our money into local companies, and companies that are working with the environment, who have pure and divine intention. And I say every little bit that we do is making a difference, because the ripples ripple out, and more people then start to join in and follow suit, and it becomes a big movement. And the movement has started. We just need to add a lot more people into it, keep spreading it and sharing it. So yeah, thank you for your comments, because I was kind of got distracted and I went off on a tangent there. It's not my natural personality to be seen live on camera, but I'm doing it because I have this mission and this desire to live on a planet where there is plenty for everyone. And I know that it exists, we have it, we just need to make the changes. And I know when people unite and come together, these changes can be made. So I want to thank you all for supporting me and helping me, and sharing this message and being a part of the change that is going on, and for supporting me when I might have a down day, because we all have up and down days. And when we see something else that is happening, we can get upset. Some people naturally want to help, and some people are like, not my problem. And when you're kind, caring, empathic, it's easy to get upset by the way humanity is sometimes, and we all need a boost and a lift. And that's why it's good to be united and to really help boost each other, to keep the information spreading, keep our spirits high. So thank you again for all of your comments. If you have any questions about what I've said, you don't understand anything, you want more information, then please do comment, and I will see you all tomorrow. So Thanks, and chat to you tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Kimber.